Hello, everybody. I'm Lori Jo Vest, and it is time for our Hot Take Tuesday. We are representatives of Pop Speed Digital Marketing LLC, and I'm Lori Jo Vest, the founder and social media specialist. And here with me is Kylie Metcalf, who is our senior staff member in the area of social media. And we have some fun stuff to talk about today. I think there's a lot. There's so many different aspects of social, and there's so many different areas we can cover. And this is one that we don't cover that often, but it's
Mhm.
really, really important, and we always include it in our strategies. So go ahead, Kylie, tell us what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, so in our continuation of talking about how to get ROI, serious ROI from your social media marketing, we're going to talk about using proof on social. And we do this in a little bit of a different way. We'll dive into it, obviously, in more detail as we go through these slides. But it's really important to be a little bit different and kind of like break the norm of what we see when we think of using proof on social. So it's important to share testimonials. We want to encourage you to do it in a unique way. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to cover UGC as the most trusted and authentic form of content that you can publish on social. And then we're going to wrap it up by talking about the fact that people trust people, a little bit more about what we mean. Obviously, we'll cover it later, but seems obvious. However, when you're scrolling through social, you are a lot more drawn just inherently to seeing people. So when we think of proof on social and testimonials, we think of maybe like those boring graphics that just have words on it. We're going to talk a little bit about why that people piece is so important when you're using proof.
It's huge, absolutely huge. Yeah, people, I always say, and it's something everyone needs to remember, is that we are biological beings and we crave connection with other biological beings like people,
Exactly.
dogs, always dogs,
Right.
cats too, maybe, but more dogs. We always crave connection, and it's biological. It's not something that we think about. But the other aspect of proof is that proof is the information you provide to your prospects that shows them that you're really good at what you do. And so, one of the best ways to do that is use that biological tendency we all have together with testimonials and shares from the people who are already really happy with you as customers or patients. So
Mhm.
let's dig into sharing testimonials in unique ways. Kylie, we do this for one of our dental implant clinic clients. Talk about that.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think, when we think about testimonials on social, kind of how I said before, we think of that age old corporate graphic that just has, a quote from a specific customer, patient, client, whatever the case may be. And are those words very important? Yeah, absolutely. And they should be shared. And it can be effective in some cases, but like across the board, largely it's boring for a couple of reasons. One, it's just
Yeah.
words. Two,
Yep.
everybody's doing it. So what we do for that particular dental implant client, we will share like a smile reveal when right after they've gotten their brand new smile and their new teeth. We will share them their reveal, seeing it for the first time, their raw and initial reaction. And they first of all, they perform great. um they do a really, really good job of, our clients specifically, they do a really good job of, making it very authentic, the video
Mhm.
content. And, as you'll hear us say time and time again on social, you wanna stand out by fitting in. That is the perfect way to do it because it's raw, it's real, it's authentic, but it's real people having their lives changed by this particular client's product and service.
hmm I love the fact that we do smile reveals. Oh my God, they're so great. Where basically the doc is talking to the patient the first time they see their new, beautiful, healthy smile. And they hold the mirror up, and we've had some where they're in tears, some where
Mhm.
they're just so gleeful. And it's really, really engaging. Even if you're not in the category, you're not interested in getting full arch dental implants,
Right.
you are going to be sucked into these videos because they're so authentic. They're so emotional. And a heart tug is a really good thing in the world of social media, right? Get that heart tug. It's
Absolutely.
really important.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So let's talk about user generated content. This is one of the things we absolutely love, which is when your clients, your clients, your customers, your patients care enough and like you enough to actually share your photos of their experience with your business on their own social media. I know
Mhm.
one of the ones we had when we had a different dental implant clinic as a client, we had a patient that was just so happy that she would, she actually shared a picture of herself in front of their office sign going like this with a big grin on her face. And it was
Mhm.
adorable. So
Mhm.
that's UGC. That's what people are compelled to share on their own. So
Yeah.
talk a little bit for us, Kylie, about how this works in the restaurant space.
Yeah, exactly. I think restaurants are, I mean, one of the easiest examples for this with the whole phone eats first hashtag trend, right? So
Yes.
if you are, let's say you're running a restaurant and there's a very easy tab on Instagram, if you just click over on your profile where you can see every photo that you have been tagged in. And
Hmm.
when a former client of ours, a restaurant, they were flooded and inundated with so many guests posting pictures of their food, posting pictures of their drinks, of, some of the cool interior that they had in the restaurant, of the sign outside of the restaurant,
Hmm.
the fun decor that they would do during different seasons, and tag the restaurant in it. And it makes, first of all, makes our job so easy because then we're able to use all of that content, and it's a win-win for everybody, right? You figure
Yeah.
that the client or the customer is sharing it because they had a great experience, because they were really happy with it. You go in and see it. It makes your job so easy because it's the most authentic type of content. It's the number one thing, if we have access to it, that we want to share because
Yeah.
it's the response to it is just far and away superior. And then on top of that, you're building an additional bridge between you and your already very happy customers, because then they see
Hmm.
that you're sharing their content to your page. And it makes them feel more loyal. It makes them, oh my gosh, my favorite restaurant just shared my content. And then again, they're more likely to not only come back, but then to continue to share about their positive experiences. So it just makes everybody happy. And it's like a great connection between brand and customer, and to kind of continue to build up that loyalty with those that are already very happy, loyal customers, patients, clients, whatever the case may be.
Absolutely. And I do like the idea too of those customers that share repeatedly. Find
Hmm.
ways to surprise and delight them.
Yeah.
Find ways to reach out to them and express your appreciation beyond just using their material in your marketing. Make a personal connection. Thank
Hmm.
them, give them coupons, invite them in for a customer service survey to share their experience. Connect with those customers because they are a huge asset,
Yeah,
absolutely huge. So
absolutely.
what's next?
People trust people. So, as I kind of alluded to in the very beginning, you have probably heard us say on 80% of our Hot Take Tuesdays so
Yeah,
far to stand out by fitting in on social media.
yeah,
This is the heart of what that means, right? So
yep,
whether you're running a restaurant, whether you're a dental implant clinic, whether you're, a community-based nonprofit, whatever the case may be, your audience are human beings, and your human
yeah,
being, like the human beings of your audience, respond to other human beings, right? So
yes,
it's really important in every facet of your content to prioritize either the people in your network or community or the people behind your brand. And I don't
yep,
think personally that there's a truer segment of social media content that this applies more to than testimonials and proof, because
hmm,
when you're seeing the actual person that's, sharing the kind words about your brand, or talking about their great experience, or whatever the case may be, to visually see that person, the smile on their face when they talk about it, their eyes light up when, you know, they
Mhm.
see their new smile, or when they talk about the great dinner that they had last night. You can't beat that, and you can't beat the
Yeah.
trust that as human beings we have in one another, even if it's through a computer screen.
Yeah. Yep. And I'm going to veer off the topic here just for a second, in that, since we're talking about showing people in your social content, we have a client that has very technical material that they promote to engineers. And guess what the highest performing content on their channels is? Pictures of the team at the trade shows, presenting the technical information, or just hanging out in the booth, smiling. Those, they always tell you to get candids. Candids are great, but smiling to the camera is still some of the most engaging content on social. And I'll tell you a little story, then we'll let you go here. But I was on a call with Brenda Meller, who is our LinkedIn expert, go-to expert when we want to learn about LinkedIn. And she had someone ask about how to tell what the best performing content was in their feed. And she asked them to pull up their feed and go through and look. Guess what the highest performing content in their feed was? It was when the person who ran the company put his own face in the social and smiled, or was it an event? That was what was high performing in that gentleman's feed. So it's something to always consider. Yes, you put other types of content, but those smiling faces, especially if they're your happy, grateful customers or patients, is really, you can't beat it. And you need to make sure that you integrate that into your social media content every single month, so
Yeah.
that you have a fair amount of that content that gets people connected to the people in your organization. And even if you're a brand, say you're a software brand, or for example, we have a scheduling platform that we use called Loomly. We love Loomly. It's the best. And we love it even more now that we have personal connections there. We had a meeting with them. We talk to them. They send us little notes. We love them even more. The
Yeah.
people behind the brand are really engaging to the people who are your potential customers. So we'll
Yeah.
leave you with that. Thank you so much, Kylie, for helping me out here with this today. We will
Always.
see you again next Tuesday for another hot take. If there's anything you'd like us to talk about, please get in touch. We are both open networkers here on LinkedIn. And if you'd like a quick audit of your current social media effort to talk about what you can do to bring more proof and UGC and people-oriented content into your feed, we offer 30-minute, no charge, no obligation audits. So we'll look forward to hearing from you. Take care.
Bye, everybody.